I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm back to the vlog game. I wasn't vlogging for a while because it wasn't worth it monetarily to vlog based on my viewer count and subscriber count. But I'm going to get back into it just because of the pure enjoyment of it. And it's a good studying tool. It makes me go over hands. So that's enough of me blabbering around. Let's get into some hands. The game is 5-5 PLO with a ton of action at Central Coast Casino. In for 1,000. Let's go. Starting off the session with 4 Broadways, single suited to the queen. Good enough for a raise, and we get the whole table to call. Good sign of what's to come. Flop top pair, and so multi-way, I play very straightforward and go for a check. The player behind makes a tiny stab for 25, and all 3 players call. If I raise, it would be a semi-bluff. Yes, Hold'em players top pair, top kicker 5 ways is not that good, but against a small donk, I think I might be good. But all worse will likely fold. I go for the call and get a good turn and a spade giving me a flush draw. Checks to the new aggressor and he pots it and gets 2 calls. This really looks like 2 pair plus now. With 2 callers, my third nut flush might not be good. I make the fold, even getting a great price of 4-1, as I could be very well be drawing dead against a set and a higher flush draw, or at least very thin. River brings a super straightening card in the 4, bringing in 3 straights. Then a player with a folding is boring shirt goes all in and gets both players to fold. Overall, I'm happy with the way I played this hand. Now I pick up the Dream, double suited aces. In PLO, I try to either get aces all in pre-flop or have no one think I have them. Going for the limp re-raise, which I believe is likely given the button straddle, but unfortunately only callers. Now we gotta switch gears. We still play very well multi-way by making nuttish hands on 3 flops. Ace high are our 2 flush draws. But remember to not get married to our hand. 6 ways to a flop. A dry pair of aces is garbage and an easy fold. Flop though, I say I do, and we bet flop and pot turn with top set and take it down. Easy game. Next up, I get double suited queens first to act with the $20 button straddle on. He's a splashy player that likes to put in chips, especially when he's short stacked. I call, as well as 3 other players when we face that button pot raise. I believe I'm ahead of his range with dead money in the middle. I think the most likely scenario is an all-in heads up with me around 60% the favorite. Players usually fold when it's to 2 raises, but they'll call when it's to 1 raise. I pot and get folding is boring to come along. Not going to plan. He knows I'm a tight player and will put me on aces, so I think he has a double suited rundown he just wants to play. With a 1/3 pot size bet left, nothing to do on most flops, including this one. I'm all in, but not thrilled by any means. Turn completes the flush, making me think I'm drawing dead, which I almost was anyway, as folding is boring, had ace, king, king, 9 double suited with spades. A little off in this case, but overall, I think I would be right with this type of hand. The button shows a garbage hand, so I like my play, it just didn't work out this time. Chips. Pretty much the same setup here with a nice 10-10, 7-7 double suited all black, and we really want to see a flop. A raise from Splashy with his stack size means more this time, and this hand doesn't push much equity pre-flop like the last one because of the lower pair. We really want to see the flop with our double set mining hand. I'm a sucker for double paired hands, especially suited and connected, giving them extra playability. We flop one of our flush draws though, and we see a free turn in a 3rd club. Good because I wouldn't know what to do against a bet. It is important to check here and give the button specifically some rope, as it is hard to get value from smaller flushes since ours is small, as well as sets, as it is unlikely somebody has any that check the flop, meaning we don't have to protect against much either. We get a bet and make the call, and see an all-in on the river. Easy decision, as in flush draws would most likely bet the flop, and it is possible we even beat some lower flush draws. If you can think of one value hand you beat, then you make the call and hope. We get shown pocket kings with the king of clubs and take this pot down against a bluff. Back to even. This next hand is a sign of a good game. I pot an early position raise to 180 from the big blind, and we go 6 ways to a flop. Remember, don't get married to the hand. The pot is not owed to us just because we have aces. Looking for an ace or hearts? Don't get it and check. Even though the board is ragged, we have to remember 6 ways. Against a stack committing bet from the player next to act, that is important. Next to act indicates a stronger hand of 2 pair plus straight draw, or wrap. We don't have the equity against that range, so we make the discipline pull and get shown queen 8. I think I would have gotten it in against the 3 last players to act, given their shorter stack sizes. Last hand with another pretty 4 Broadway hand with nut diamonds. I go for the call, re-raise line again, as we are way ahead of the min raise from the button, and we go 5 ways with exactly 1,000 in the middle to a queen 9-5 rainbow flop, giving us top pair, top kicker with a gut shot. Much better than a dry overpair with an SPR of 1 instead of 2. Easy get in after a donk lead, all in by a short stack. I'm going to talk about the power of short stacking here for a minute, specifically in PLO. He was going to get it all in on the flop anyway, pretty much. So why not just put it in pre-flop and get dead money from players that will fold out their equity with more money to play for? Or, like in this case, it reopens the action, allowing me to go all in, and people again can fold their equity, maybe even pre-flop. If there was a PLO table with yourself and 8 of your clones, the short stack player will have the edge because of plays like that. Here, though, we get it all in 3 ways with about 1,600 in the main pot against kings, and 2,000 in the side pot with a queen and a wrap with jack 10-8. Now think about it and take a guess as what the equities are in this matchup. Got it? Well, hopefully you guys better than me, because I had a queen and a wrap much higher heads up than 35% and 3-way at 26%. If you look closely though, 3 of the kings are dead, so his jack 10 is not really an open-ender, and his jack is dead to my higher straight using king 10. So he really only has a gut shot. The kings has the most in this pretty even race, which I guessed correctly, but I like my chances overall as we have a big side pot. Let's see that run out. 6 of diamonds giving us the flush draw, and a queen on the river. We scoop the whole pot and end our session soon afterwards. End up cashing out for 33.30 for a profit of 13.30. I'll take the result and how I played. You'll see next time one of those isn't the case. I'll see you then.